Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Super 80s Podcast Friend. Guess what? We are a TV theme song explorer, and we've got one mission, and that is to analyze every single 1980s TV theme song ever recorded. Maybe. Ever. All genres. Cartoons.
Others.
What did you say?
Dramas.
Others.
I said others.
Others. We love them all, and we love you guys. And if you even can kind of tolerate us, we would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. All three of us would like to retire and become professional podcasters, and we can't do that without your help. Furthermore, we honestly do love hearing from you with questions, comments, observations, mistakes we've made, jokes, AI-generated images, GIFs, like we got last episode.
Sure.
You can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and email at super80spodcastfriend@gmail.com. By the way, I am one of your three hosts. I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
And us three weirdos from Wisconsin like to start out our podcast with a little something to drink. Last week, if you didn't tune in, was episode 30, and every 10th episode we drink a Dr. Fong or Dr. Wong of Tahiti. But we're off the rum. We're back to beer. Ryan, what's in your glass?
I've got handcrafted happiness here. Eastside Dark from Lakefront Brewery.
Was that a paid plug?
We wish.
Eastside Dark, a fantastic beer.
And
Engineer
I have the
Pete.
Three Floyds Turbo Reaper IPA.
Before we hit record, I think all three of us agreed that pretty much every beer Three Floyds makes is a quality beer. And I am drinking, so I believe both of these beers, anonymous statistician will tell us, I believe both of these beers are newcomers to the show. So welcome to the podcast, Eastside Dark Lager, and what was the Three Floyds one called?
Turbo Reaper.
Oof. I've got a repeat offender. It's Surly in Minnesota. They're a Surly Furious IPA.
Great beer.
So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's just chug them.
Gug.
All right. We encourage you to join us, by the way, as long as you're not driving or operating heavy machinery. Have yourself a beer or a Dr. Fong or whatever suits you as you listen to us for the next 40 or 50 minutes. It's that time of the show. It's retraction time. We're not afraid to admit when we make a mistake here on the Super 80s Podcast Friend.
Ryan might be afraid.
Our last, if you're keeping score, last episode was The Muppet Show. The episode before that was Airwolf. The episode before that was Alvin and the Chipmunks. Any retractions from those last three episodes? Any mistakes we made or things we just made?
I didn't make any mistakes. I made no mistakes, but I did learn that Bette Midler did release a comedy album.
That you vehemently denied she could have.
What? Was it the wind beneath my wings? Gripes. Is that a pretty good Ryan?
So
It was okay.
I'll admit that I was wrong about that. I'll admit that.
Okay.
But
It's almost a retraction.
I wasn't wrong.
You know what song it's time for? Not quite a retraction. Not quite a retraction.
Great.
Engineer Pete, did you happen to find out any info on that Bette Midler comedy album? What was it called? The Slingin' Mud?
Some mud will be thrown tonight or something like that.
Released in 1985.
Yep.
And there was Pete did after that episode. He did a quick Google and he fired back some of the jokes. And I remember the Like a Virgin one.
Yes. Yeah. Touched for the very first time today. Ha ha ha.
Oh, Bet.
She was sticking it to those celebrities.
She really was. So that was our almost a retraction. Any other retractions? Things we'd like to take back or even sort of take back?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I would. We also listener stuff. We get a decent amount of it, and I think I forgot to say any of it last week. But one of our dear buds and listeners, Yura, who lives in Finland, listens, and he finds some interesting stuff. And as he was listening to our Baywatch episode, which was 25 or 26,
Sure.
he went down a wormhole and stumbled upon a podcast that is just about Baywatch.
Not surprising.
It's called The Battle for Baywatch, and Yura gave me a little information. I should be more prepared here. Give me just 2 seconds here. The Battle of Baywatch is two comedians who decide whether the original Baywatch or Baywatch Nights is better. And they discuss the themes, the montages, and they go on and on and on.
Is Baywatch Nights a new show, or was that? I don't
No,
remember.
was that the spin-off?
That was the spin-off that Engineer Pete mentioned that happened around the same time.
But Baywatch Nights could not have made it more than 1, maybe 2 seasons.
So here is the quick description of the podcast. In 2021, comedians Eslet Sears and Stuart Laws bonded over their love of Baywatch, the 1990s action drama series following a team of lifeguards in slow motion. But trouble was brewing. Which version of the show was superior? Was it the original Baywatch or Baywatch Nights? So it's an entire podcast based on them battling over which is better.
Wow.
And we thought we had a niche.
Right.
This is taking it to another level. So thank you so much, Yura. We appreciate you tuning in and also pointing out the Baywatch.
I like it.
Another thing we like to do on this show is after we listen to a theme song, we like to go back and watch it. 90% of the time it's me going back. Engineer Pete, you've done this once with It's a Living. Have you gone back and watched any recent episodes?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm the weak link.
We love it. It's part of your charm. Ryan.
I did. I, out of curiosity, found, to my surprise, and watched an episode of Airwolf.
Episode 29 was Airwolf.
Yeah.
A huge fan favorite for us. Our biggest ratings ever. Airwolf.
Really?
No.
Okay. Not surprised. I liked, as we talked about in the episode, I liked Airwolf as a kid. I liked it. And so I was excited to try to explore it again. So I watched a show from season 2. It was episode 7. So right from the jump, it's like absurd ridiculousness. So it starts with the character Archangel. So the premise is Archangel is a prisoner to the KGB. Okay. And they're trying to put together this rescue mission that, of course, only Airwolf can undertake to try to rescue him from. And he's a KGB in East Germany, not in Russia, in East Germany. Okay. And the problem is that the Airwolf people, Michael Vincent, whatever the guy's name.
Yeah, I think his name is Hawk, maybe?
Hawk, and then Ernest Borgnine. They were doing a side gig where they were filming some air stuff for like a movie, right? So with Airwolf, and they got into like an accident. They got into like an accident where they landed in a barn, crashed into a barn. Uh-oh. Now Airwolf apparently had no problems with Airwolf, but Hawk broke an arm, and Ernest Borgnine was in traction.
Oh, poor Borgnine.
So Ernie, it's quite the dilemma when these folks, the two guys that are going to rescue, are in the hospital, right?
It is,
as they say in Britain, in hospital.
And so, but this top secret stolen helicopter,
correct,
is doing gig work.
Yes.
Filming for, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. So Archangel, so they're trying to figure out how they're going to rescue him. Meanwhile, Archangel is in like a quasi. You guys remember Rocky IV, the Russia training scenes?
Yeah, legendary.
So picture that. they have Archangel in a room like that doing water torture to him. They've got him in a water tank and like electrified, what it looks like electrified water torture, but it's really a serum that they're administering to him to turn him into like a Manchurian candidate. Like they're administering an experimental serum to him. Okay. Right. At the end of the not the end of the episode. So basically
We're about 3 minutes in at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So Airwolf, of course, they go, but they have to bring the lady friend because Ernest again is in traction. So they try a dry run to get this lady to be the co-pilot, and she has no idea what she's doing. They can't do it. So they have to basically take Ernest out of the hospital, like escape him from the hospital. Okay,
Just like Murdoch.
Exactly. Get him out of there, right? And Hawk is he's got a sling, right? And they got to bring the lady because Ernest, although he can get himself into Airwolf, apparently can't do anything else in Airwolf, like hit the buttons that you need to fire the rockets, right?
Jeez.
So they fly all the way to East Germany, and it's in this. Archangel is held up in this quasi mansion, right? Airwolf just flies in, and it's got a courtyard. Flies in, hovers over the courtyard, and just lands right in the middle of the courtyard. There are people surrounding it, firing directly on it, right? Not a problem.
No.
Not a problem. But here's what we find. They go in, they get Archangel, right? And with very little resistance, right? Well, the reason that there's very little resistance is because it was a double cross by the KGB. It was the Manchurian. They gave him this serum, right? You guys still with me?
I mean,
Let land the helicopter.
for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
All that matters. Here's my takeaways from the show.
Where am I?
Here's
What
my
day is
takeaways
it?
from the show. Ernest Borgnine is actually very funny. Was my takeaway. He was very funny. The acting is terrible. The plot development is non-existent. The other thing I found is the theme song continues to play throughout the episode for no apparent reason.
Cool.
You guys still with me? That's the best. That's a drop right there. Did we look dazed?
Yeah, both of you looked like you had nodded off.
It's like me teaching. Hey, kids. Can you anybody?
So
Mohenjo-Daro?
here I wrote a couple lines that stuck out to me. Airwolf is our only hope, was the line. There are no friends on Airwolf, was the line.
Wow.
And this was my favorite, delivered by Ernest Borgnine when they're going to the rescue mission. He says to the lady, "Were we followed here?" And she says, "No, we lost him at the porno house." And Ernest Borgnine says, "That a girl." That's all I got. Airwolf.
Well, as luck would have it, I watched an episode of Airwolf as well. Also, season 2, episode 1. The gang's in Texas. The episode is called Sweet Britches. There's a real mean-looking sheriff, big old mustache. Wears the big aviator glasses, and he gets rough with people in his jurisdiction, real rough. So, but there was a what would you call it? A state patrol pilot, and she flies in, and he says, "Hey, flying meter maid, get out of here." He calls her a flying meter maid, tells her to leave. So this real tough guy. I don't want to go into too much detail because it's also
but
really...
Airwolf takes an interest in the local sheriff, apparently.
Airwolf is trying to rescue a buddy.
Okay.
Always.
Right.
So, long story short, they get there to rescue the buddy. The buddy's already busted out of jail, but the sheriff, who's a dick, is also helping a big game hunting range where there's lions and cheetahs. But guess what else they happen to hunt on this range?
People.
people that dickhead sheriff pulls over for petty crimes.
Oh, like the Hunger Games. It's like the Hunger Games.
Yeah, or the most dangerous game. We read that in middle school, and there was a movie with Ice-T as well.
It's like the Bette Midler comedy?
There was. So anyway,
Oh.
yeah, and Airwolf goes in there and shoots a bunch of people and
But
saves
not
the day.
He goes on the big game hunt with the helicopter
And wins.
I mean, it's
Took home a bunch of Soylent Green.
it's insane. Hawk gets locked up at some point. Ernest Borgnine's hiding the helicopter like Marty McFly hiding the DeLorean in Back to the Future.
Drape a sheet over it. Nobody will ever find it.
There's a Borgnine scenes, which you probably noticed too, Ryan, are all mildly entertaining. He's comic relief. There's one where he's trying to make a cup of coffee and he's talking to the helicopter. Like how sweetheart. Yeah, he's like, oh, honey, I'm sorry. We had to land you here and I got to cover you up. You're too pretty for this.
Yeah.
And then all these lions start approaching him. Lions. Yeah, because he's on the range and he's like, it's stupid comedy like that. But
he's the only redeeming quality of the whole show.
He is. What else is right here? Yeah. It turns out on the big African cat hunting range, you can also hunt humans. It's 80,000 acres. Borgnine comes in and saves Hawk. They get in the chopper. They blow up the bad guys, blow up the sheriff, blow up the jail, save the deputy meter maid. And then at the end of the show, Borgnine sings the Yellow Rose of Texas and they go to credits.
Love it.
I also did write...
He sings the...
Yellow Rose of Texas.
Sings it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
A cappella. It's great stuff. Tackleberry from Police Academy is one of the bad guys.
It makes sense.
Nice.
He's got the face for it.
He does. And one last thing I wrote. We've lost everybody at this point.
Yes.
But when they're firing up Airwolf, it's literally like a 4-minute sequence of them firing it up and like showing systems getting turned on. It's like 4 minutes of helicopter porn while they play the theme song again.
Yeah. Just the porn song just got played over and over again in all these unnecessary instances. It made no sense to me.
Now, listeners, if you haven't listened to our Airwolf episode, spoiler alert, by the way, that song ended up on our Wall of Fame.
Maybe deserving of a retraction.
Ryan and Pete gave it a thumbs up. As I felt like I was being gaslit.
So you don't want to reconsider that after watching Airwolf is what you're saying?
No. It's still a thumbs down for me. Yeah, and if you thought our recap sounded boring, you should try watching the show.
Good luck.
All right. Well, that's enough Airwolf for an episode that's not about Airwolf.
Yes.
Truth.
Apologies. That leaves us to our old pal Conky. Conky's our neighborhood robot. He helps clean places. He cleans the neighborhood. He gives tattoos.
Does golf lessons.
Minor surgery to pets.
Yeah.
All around a good guy. And he's about to tell us what song we are going to be analyzing today. Conky!
Ready to assist you. Pee-wee.
Morning, Conky. What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is amen.
Oh.
Amen.
Amen is right.
Well.
Outstanding.
Sherman. It was hard for me to say his name. Sherman
Hemsley?
Hemsley or Helm?
Hemsley.
We're off to a good
Hemsley.
start. No L? I mean, one L.
One L.
Not Helmsley.
I don't believe so.
You know, Sherman Hemsley is a big Yes fan. Was a big Yes fan.
Now you're just going places that don't need to be going. What are you talking about, a big Yes fan?
I am all three of us are big fans of the band Yes.
Yeah.
Hemsley,
Hemsley, you got it the first time. Keep going.
Hemsley was a big Yes fan.
That's awesome.
You're calling bullshit.
I'm
Get ready for next week's retraction, everybody.
I
I'm
do
calling
not
here.
believe that. Put him and Bette Midler next to each other.
One of us is going to be retracting next week, and it's going to be Ryan.
Ryan didn't say that he wasn't a fan. Ryan just said, I don't believe that, which is how he's dancing around making a commitment to his opinion.
Man, we're just out of the gates here. It's feisty.
But yeah, Sherman Hemsley, I remember, like, he's a short little guy on the show. He's like a minister in charge of a church. A little bit doesn't always make the best decisions.
So prior to starting this podcast, Ryan, you and I had talked about
Yes.
80s favorites, and I know this is a big favorite of yours.
Absolutely.
I watched this. I was about to say religiously and make a really bad joke.
Which you just did.
Yeah. I watch this pretty regularly, as we've talked, much like shows like Give Me a Break, Facts of Life, whatever. You didn't have a ton of choices,
Right.
but most of these were also quality shows.
Yeah.
So we like to start out sharing some memories. Let's start with you, because I know you've got
I love
like
the
this
show.
one.
Yeah, I feel like this was. I don't remember, but I feel like it was like a Saturday night show, like after Golden Girls, like in that lineup slot. But yeah, I think Deacon Fry. I think he was a deacon at the church.
You are correct.
Deacon Fry and his daughter, and the daughter was married to the Reverend. Wow. And and they had
So you know this show.
Oh yeah, and
That's cool.
They had an old grandpa who was like the Reverend's dad or something. I don't remember if that's accurate or not, but just hilariousness. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of the Jeffersons. So whatever his name is, Sherman Hemsley. He's George Jefferson to me.
Yeah.
And like basically every character that he plays ever since the Jeffersons is George Jefferson-esque.
Sort of typecast.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing, because George Jefferson is at the top echelon of TV characters. So he's outstanding. And the guy's got dance moves. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a A+ character in this show, for sure.
Pete, any memories of Amen?
I mostly remember that character, not so much the rest of the cast. So I don't have anything to add to what Ryan said.
I'm like you. I watched it semi-regularly. I remember enjoying it, but I'm sure that when I do go back and watch an episode, it'll probably come back to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I cannot, in my mind's eye, picture any other characters yet. Maybe in a few minutes when we watch it, I will. But I obviously remember Sherman Hemsley, and that's about it. And I can kind of hear the song in my mind a little bit.
It's a great song.
Cool.
Before I don't want to give myself away, but it's
That's
great
all
song.
right.
You know it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, why don't we have Ryan hum the song? Because I can't. Can you, Pete?
Nope.
Give us just a little bit of it, and then Conky just zapped a bunch of info in Engineer Pete's brain. Pete, just moments ago, knew nothing about the show, and now he does.
It's a gospel. It's like a classic, not a classic, but like it's a church.
A true gospel song.
Yeah, gospel church song. Da, 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 da. Like, it's the kind of song, like when you hear it, you're like, this is why, like, you go to church to hear this song because it'd pump you up.
You want to tap your feet, clap your hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's cool.
It's how you get standing up and get moving in church to hear this thing. Yeah, exactly. You get boogie.
Start shaking your butt a little bit.
Exactly.
Well, Conky and Engineer Pete have had their bond. Pete was actually just on the floor a few seconds ago. We dragged him back.
Mopped up the drool and
we took we have a cattle prod down here.
I'm back.
And we gave him a little shock. He's back. He took a quick sip of his Three Floyds
Turbo Reaper.
He's up. And he's going to tell us a little bit about Amen and Sherman Hemsley.
Yep. All right. It's set in a church in Philadelphia, following the life of Deacon Ernest Fry, played by Sherman Hemsley. Damn it! He works alongside the Reverend Reuben Gregory, portrayed by Clifton Davis. Fry has a single daughter named Thelma. Reuben Gregory is a new young pastor of the church and is also the object of Thelma's affection. The two get married during season 4, despite the fact that Gregory and Fry often butt heads.
Yeah.
In the season finale, Thelma gives birth to the couple's first child.
Okay.
This aired on NBC from September of 86 through May of 91, so it was 5 seasons, 110 episodes.
Okay.
September of 86, you said it started?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
Correct. Yeah.
It's a good run, 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And so I don't recognize a lot of the actors and actresses, but a lot of them do have, pretty incredible. Yeah, exactly. There was Thelma Fry, the deacon's daughter, Reuben's eventual wife. She was on the Wayans Brothers, Moesha, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Jester Hairston, that is the actor that played Raleigh Forbes.
That's the old guy.
Really old guy.
Yeah. That's
so
the
you
old guy.
you recognize his face, but he appeared in movies ranging in time from being John Malkovich all the way back to Kill a Mockingbird.
Holy shit. That guy's been around.
Yeah. I think he was. I might have.
Check. We lost all the mics.
I bumped a chord.
Can you? There we go.
Yeah.
I apologize, fans.
Fan.
Listener. A fan might be generous. Listener, I bumped the cord with my hand, and
If you were, I should take a picture right now. I'm going to pause for a second. There's a couple of laptops, a robot, a bunch of beers, and just a shit ton of cords that are like a mishmash of our kid. Pete's wearing his son's headphones. I've got this green cord from when my kids were like 5 that's attached to like it's
Hilarious.
There's a little bottle of rum on the couch.
Yep.
It's,
professionals.
we are true pros. Conky's just shaking in the corner. So anyway.
Yeah. There was a Swedish housekeeper in there. I mean, yeah, there's a lot
I
of
don't remember that.
then kind of B-list characters that I'm not, don't have a ton to say about. So the song itself, it's called Shine On Me by Vanessa Bell Armstrong.
Sure.
She was a successful R&B and gospel singer, 7-time Grammy nominee, and she was a winner of a Soul Train Award.
Nice.
Her father was a minister in Michigan where she directed and sang in the choir. Her second album reached number 1 on the U.S. Billboard Top Gospel Album chart.
There you go.
She married out of high school and spent the 70s as a housewife raising 5 kids. And then in the 80s, her husband decided to finance a demo tape that eventually led to this career.
Wow.
Yes. So
She's got pipes. I mean, she's got
Yeah.
real pipes.
yeah, which it's just crazy that, that later in her life was when that
Right.
was finally, she was able to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Amazing.
Amen.
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 Well, we got our memories. We had Ryan hum the song for us. Engineer Pete and Conky gave us some background. There's only one thing left to do.
Pete shut off all the mics.
I mean, look at this.
It's been a solid day.
Look-
Airwolf.
Just the wide variety of chord colors we have right now. Yellow, green, black, gray.
How you know where they go?
This would not look out of place inside of Airwolf.
It's true.
Imagine if Borgnine was on the couch with us right now.
Oh, man. It'd be a good time.
That'd be a real good time.
Yeah, it would.
Would there be some screens with like prints and circuits and like CAD drawings of helicopter
Yes.
pieces?
Yep.
CAD drawings of Conky.
Yes.
All right, should we
Let's dive
let's
into
go to
Amen.
church.
Let's go to church.
Oh, yeah. So right there, I mean,
Holy
he just
shit.
got a boogie going on, like right from the get-go.
That's fantastic.
Bass
Yeah.
player's getting after it.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
He just left the studio doing his Dallas song, and now he's
Right.
it's funky. The piano is just
Yeah.
wonderful,
Absolutely. There's a lot of roll there. There's,
and that's it comes in hot.
right?
Oh yeah.
All
Right.
right.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way you're sitting down for this song. You're up.
I mean, how many seconds are we in, Pete?
5.
How many butt wiggles have we all done?
Yeah, exactly.
About 20 each.
Yeah.
It's a lot of butt wiggles per minute.
Yep.
BWPMs.
There's the fire.
So I'm very into tone and production. That
Yeah.
bass tone is horrible. That is, whoever mixed that bass
You can't hardly hear it.
needs to take a time out.
Yeah.
It's really mid-rangey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sign of the times for
I
sure.
was just going to say it's very
It sounds like 1987.
correct. Yeah. It sounds like that. Yeah. It sounds like Mr. Mister.
Right. Let's
To
make
me.
this bass sound like it's not a bass.
Right.
It's but
Gary from the church is working the soundboard, so
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry, guys.
He's also the janitor. So
And
Pete, do you remember when we went and saw the 80s band Slaughter?
I 100% remember Slaughter.
Do you remember the mix?
I 100% remember the mix. We talked about it probably more than the music.
It was our first concert after, COVID times, and we were all excited. Pete and I get some beers. It was pouring like an hour before they went on stage.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're going to this damn show. And we get there. We get ourselves a couple of Potosi Snake Cave Ales or whatever they're called.
Snake Ale.
Snake
like
Hollow Cave.
Yeah.
Snake Hollow
It sounds
IPA.
close.
And the band starts playing. It's Slaughter, 80s hair metal band. And man, it was a bad mix.
A lot of mid.
A lot of mid-range. It was a frowny face, if you remember the world of graphic equalizers.
Man,
It should have been a smiley face, and it was a frowny face.
really?
That was a weird tangent.
Yeah.
Let's go back to church.
Yeah.
I'd watch Slaughter in the rain with a bad mix post-COVID.
Remember there's that guy who brought roadies of Coors Light with him?
Oh, God, he was a hero.
he was having his best day ever, and
Best
out of
day.
his jean jacket kept pulling out Coors Light cans.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh yeah. It's the thumb plucking of that bass.
One thing I love about gospel is the progressions of the chords are so weird. They're melodic, but like
All over the
there's
place.
these weird flats that come in. And
Yeah.
do we have a lyric for this?
Do we want to guess?
Sure. Could you back it up? We're good on time. If you can take us back to the beginning, maybe even. I think we're a few seconds in.
Yeah.
that bass is hilarious. Terrible.
Turn on the lights of heaven, Lord?
Turn on the lights from heaven, Lord.
Oh, wow. I had something different.
Shine on me.
Yep. Shine on me.
So we got a classic
Yeah.
gospel sound here, right?
Yep.
There's a choir kind of
Yep.
busting out this "Turn on the lights of heaven." Lord."
Yeah.
And a call and
Dun, dun,
response. And
You're going to get a call and response here, which is, yeah.
What's so cool about gospel is it's so funky,
Correct.
right? It's probably the birth of funk is probably gospel, not the other way around, right? Like
Correct.
Dun dun dun.
Yep.
Right, little off rhythm stuff. It's
Yep.
It's super
Behind the beat
cool.
a little bit. It's great.
And the key to any good tune is you've got just a crackerjack drummer just keeping the beat, right?
Yep.
It's bouncy, it's cool,
Yep.
and the weird ass bass tone.
what do you think she said, John?
Robbie want a rat roll? Robbie want a rat roll.
That's as good of a guess as I've got.
Let's back it up and let's let Pete take a guess. Back up, Robbie want a rat roll.
I was just going to go off of yours and not try
Or
and
maybe
comment
Robbie
on-
want a Robbie roll. It might be Robbie want a Robbie roll.
Something on a rocky road? I don't know.
Robbie want a Robbie roll.
Turn on the lights and put me on the right road.
Back that up 5 seconds.
Come
pretty
on, that
please.
is what she said?
Turn on.
Okay, now I hear it.
She's telling the Lord, turn on the
put me on the
lights
right
and
road.
put me on the right road.
Robbie roll.
Put me on the rocky
the
road.
Robbie roll.
She puts the emphasis on weird
Yeah.
parts of that phrase, and it confused me.
I just freaking love all the.
So much going on.
Yep.
Like vocally, there's so much going on that it hits you like a wall of sound. Truly,
Like we're all big Stones fans, and you
Yeah.
can. I mean, there's so like you hear that in like Stones albums, right?
Yeah.
Just like, and if you go back a step back from that, you listen to like a Muddy Waters record, right? There's so much outside.
Yeah.
and that's all
lot
rooted in
going
gospel.
on. Yeah, a lot going on. So turn on the lights, put me on the right road, help me find my way, Lord. And then you just kind of get a little repeat here.
Okay, some yelling.
Shine on me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because she goes crazy.
Oh, she's about to go crazy. Yeah, she's
but then
about
she
to
brings it
really
down. She's like,
lay it out.
Shine on me.
Mm-hmm.
Shine on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's two basses happening.
There might be. There might be a guy back there, ding, 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 and then you've got the slap bass going.
Unless it's just a really low mix Stratocaster.
It's just so jangly.
It's so jangly.
Yeah.
Because there is a lower bass in the background.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that I didn't hear before.
I agree with that. When you bring the jangle to start with the piano, all you heard at the start is the piano and the jangle.
There's a
and
little
the slap
smooth bass in the background driving
Yeah.
the bus.
I agree.
Oh yeah. So
But I'm not hearing the high one.
it's up in the top.
Yeah.
Are they both there at the same time?
I'd like to retract. Retraction time. I would like to retract talking shit about the bass player because the bass player's kicking ass. Whatever that other thing is, if it's a weird Stratocaster, that thing sucks.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
That is very jangly.
Jangly,
Yeah.
punchy, weird.
But he's walking the road now. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's walking the road.
And I bet he's playing the bass really high.
Really high,
Oh,
like
his-
at his
Up
neck.
to his chin.
At his neck. Yeah.
Strap is so short.
It's a tiny, and he might be a little chubby.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's resting
He
on
might be wearing a turtleneck.
And
Resting on his
got
belly.
He's got a white suit on. I mean, he is ready to go.
And he might not have pants on.
Probably not.
I don't know why we went there.
But now you hear them both. Like, you hear them both. You hear the jangle bass, if it's a bass.
I think it might be a weird Stevie Ray Vaughan tone guitar.
It sounded to me like a slap bass, but like I have no idea what that is.
So you think that's somebody picking?
It's very jangly.
Yeah, we might have to go back to the beginning before we watch it, just for like 4 seconds.
But you can definitely hear them both there, and vocally, she's just going crazy,
Vamping.
right? Yeah.
This song's a freaking party.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I need you every hour. I can't make it without you.
Yeah.
That's what people say in the comments pages for our podcast.
No, but I wish they did.
Need you every hour. Can't make it without you.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a guitar. That jangle, you're right. It sounds like a Stratocaster that's not even plugged in. That's like playing right up to the...
Let's bring her back to the beginning just for a
It's
second.
really weird. I have no idea.
Okay, so now I hear it with the bass.
It's a guitar.
Two separate things.
Yeah. You're right.
It's I'm picturing a Strat with a ton of bass and mid on it.
Yeah.
So it's an electric guitar that's EQ'd really bassy.
Correct. Yeah.
It's not necessary there.
No. Here's an instance where he should have gone with the mid-tone as opposed to the...
Whatever he's got.
Whatever the tone is, yeah.
All
Great
right.
song.
Were there any other lyrics that we missed?
Shine on Me.
What was I saying? Robbie
and the Roddy Road.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what I remember from watching this crazy show.
You ready?
Yeah, let's full screen that and if you can turn it just like, yeah, that's perfect. Conky's got a big old belly, and sometimes it's hard for him to pull up his shirt. Beep boop. There we go, Conks.
Yep.
It wouldn't be an episode of our wonderful podcast without talking about how they address the
They bring, so the title. Amen.
very 80s font.
Yeah, I don't even know what that font is. I mean, it's serif type
There's
font.
a serif.
Yeah, it's a
That's
serif
good.
type font. And it's just right there, but against the blue sky, and it's like a light blue.
And it's, if I'm thinking of playing around on Microsoft Word in the 90s, it's bolded.
Yes, correct.
And
All bold.
The shadow effect is there.
Yes. Yeah, well
bold
played.
with shadow effect.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Hand down to the church.
Yeah, now I can tell it's totally guitar, by the way. I'll stop talking.
Correct.
About that,
It sounded like a slap bass when I first heard it, but you're right. You can hear the strumming.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're panning down to the church. I'm assuming we're about to see super Yes fan Sherman Hemsley.
I just can't even fathom it.
Close to the edge, down by the river.
Here's how we're going to know if he's got a Yes sticker, because he comes driving in like some old Buick or something like that.
It's an Oldsmobile Delta 98.
Thank you. If he's got a Yes sticker on it, then you're correct.
All right, let's find out.
Reserved, Deacon Fry.
Hold on. Come on. It's so freaking 80s. So they got the reserve sign.
Yep.
And then underneath it says, don't even think about parking here. It's so dumb.
Because that's exactly what Sherman would say.
80s is, if there's one thing we're learning, man, did they love dumb jokes.
Oh, yeah. Now, the video has stopped on the driver's side door, and I can already tell, Pete, that you are correct, that this is a Delta 88 just by looking
98.
That's a Delta 90.
98. Okay, by looking at the door handle, you can know, like, those Oldsmobiles had a very distinct.
Love that push button.
Yep. Oh yeah, clear. He looked at the camera. He looked right at the camera.
Yeah, and he was like, don't mess with me.
Exactly.
Don't even think about parking here.
He's a short guy, but I wouldn't mess with him.
No.
And I know this entire intro, but it gets great. It's the visuals on it are just as good as the song. He locks it up. I don't see any Yes on there.
So great.
You're right. That baby's a Delta, 100%.
Yeah, and he did have the Yes bumper sticker on the back of that Delta 98.
But
so
you are
confirmed.
a Yes fan, and John is a Yes fan, and I'm a Yes fan. None of us have Yes stickers on
It's true.
our car. So why are you trying to hold Sherman to a higher standard?
Why is John trying to hold her to a higher standard?
Well, I mean, according to a brief Google search, he was definitely a fan of prog rock.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
There was apparently a Jefferson's episode where he danced briefly to not Yes, but I believe it was a Nectar song.
Well,
Nectar, remember the future.
I've got some work to do. How in the world could you know that?
I'm a
Prog
treasure
rock.
trove of useless knowledge. Oh, boy.
This is the best part, right?
Legend. This is coming right back to me. So, listeners, Sherman Hemsley's about to go into a little double Dutch jump rope in here.
Just so much to love here. Number one, they're doing double Dutch jump rope in the parking lot of the church. Number one. Number two, the deacon is not afraid to jump in and get loose with it.
He's a man of the people.
Absolutely. That's why the church and the community loves him.
And he's an athlete.
And a Yes fan.
And a Yes fan. I'll be around about.
And damn good jump roper.
And that's
there.
viewer. That's again double Dutch. We're not talking one jump rope.
Correct.
There's two. That's
He jumped in at the right time. He kept it going, and he jumped out. And then he did a George Jefferson little boot scoot at the end of
good
it.
moves. You guys into jump roping?
I love jump roping. Usually I get a couple in before I go to bed.
Jump roping? Pete, you do much jump roping?
No.
There was I think our kid gym teacher gave us a jump.
It's a cool story. Keep it going.
Must we go here while we've spent 20 minutes on Airwolf? Must we go to the jump rope?
Oh, was that girl wearing a Coca-Cola shirt?
I don't know. I didn't
Can
see
you
it.
back it up? I was really into Coca-Cola clothes. Monkey mad. Things we won't do for a Coca-Cola shirt.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get back to the jump rope story?
Might as well. Killing time. What's worse, dead air or this jump rope story?
Not a Coca-Cola shirt. Not a Coca-Cola shirt.
It's a yes shirt.
Oh.
Walking into church.
All right, so he's just so basically
He's got a strut, man.
we've talked about shows like this in the past where they're showing all the names of these actors on the bottom of the screen.
None of them.
None of them are getting seen.
No.
This is all about
It's
Sherman.
him. Yeah, for sure. They're not even showing the other main actors and actresses.
No.
Like Thelma's not on here. The Reverend's not on here. Reuben.
So there's names going across the bottom of the screen, and it's basically Sherman walking from his Delta 98,
Yep.
double dutching, giving some people high fives,
Yep.
and walking into church.
Yep. He's got business to take care of.
He does.
And now back to the sky shot. Yeah. Nice looking church. Yeah. Beautiful.
That's an intro. That's a solid intro.
There's a lot to like there. There's a lot to like there.
Agreed. It's a solid little tune.
And I will go out on a limb and I will say that we will not find another 80s TV theme song intro where there's double dutch going on.
You don't think we will?
No.
I'll take that wager.
All right.
Listeners, $5.
I would bet on against you, Ryan.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Now, does it have to be double dutch? Can any jump roping be taken place?
I'll even take any jump rope.
Oh, we're going to see some jump roping.
I don't know.
We're 31 episodes in, and I think our spreadsheet's got about 190.
I think I might lose on like a cartoon.
Shirt tails.
Yeah. But
Care Bears.
227?
no, I don't think 227.
Half that show took place like out on the stoop.
It's true.
You're telling me there's not kids
No.
jumping rope over
You know
the
where
streets?
there might be? Sesame Street.
Oh, we're going to get Sesame Street.
Yeah. I'll still take the wager.
All right.
I'll take the wager.
Well,
None of us will remember it when we actually see jump rope.
I won't even remember it.
No.
Doesn't
And
matter.
I'll deny it if I.
You know who will remember?
Who?
Statistician.
Anonymous statistician.
Yep, it's true.
Hey, anonymous. Let me try.
Yep.
that.
Hey, Asimus.
Hey, Sherman Hemsley.
Asimus Rocky Road Secession.
What down? Hey, anonymous statistician. Please add a jump rope category to your spreadsheet.
Column in the Excel spreadsheet for jump ropes.
Yes.
Yep.
And Delta 98s.
Well, only Engineer Pete's going to be able to know what those things are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, team, it's about time to give this thing a vote. It's either going to get a thumbs up, which gives it an I'll be back, or a thumbs down, a you're in big trouble, mister. You know what? I'd like to start voting this time.
Why don't
Yeah.
you?
It's,
Yeah.
That doesn't happen
Call
very
yourself.
often.
Call yourself up.
Yeah. I really, I'm a sucker for a gospel tune. I think it's fantastic.
I'll be back.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. Pete?
I agree. I thoroughly enjoy that song, and
I'll
give
be
it
back.
an Arnold.
Yeah. It's an Arnold. Easy Arnold.
I'll be back.
Well, that is now on our wall of fame. Anonymous statistician, if you could give us, now that we're in episode 31, an update on our I'll Be Backs and our... Now, the last two episodes I recall have been, for lack of a better term, we'll call them Grand Slams.
Yeah.
Right? We're like all three
Yeah.
of us. Unlike Airwolf, which is an I'll Be Back. It's on our wall of fame,
Right.
but it was 2-1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know the unanimous Wall of Fames.
Yep.
And unanimous Wall of Shames.
Yeah. So those are some stats we'll be sharing with you soon. Hold on, I got a burp.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Rocky Road.
I feel much better now. All right. If you do disagree with us, let us know why. We're curious. If you don't give Amen a thumbs up, And if you have any questions about Sherman Hemsley's Yes fandom, reach out.
Google it.
I'm
Or
quite
reach out.
curious about this now.
We'll talk more about this next week. But other than that, fellas, anything else to report on Amen or anything else?
One thing I did forget to mention was that the show took place in Philadelphia. Sherman Hemsley was actually from Philadelphia. So
There you go.
That's cool.
Yep.
And I'm not making this up, and please don't be mad at me, but Philadelphia is well known as being the biggest yes city in the United States. And I'm legit not making these guys I'm not making that up.
Okay.
Well, there you have it. Explains.
The Delta 98 is legitimately the most yes car you can
Exactly.
buy.
Shouldn't have said anything.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's well known.
It's well known. So
Well
you
known.
can just do your own research, man.
Yeah.
Yes, fans.
John Anderson has driven one back for 40 years.
Until next week, it's always a pleasure. Episode 31, guys.
Yes.
Let's keep this party going until we see at least 20 more sets of jump ropes and
There you go.
Delta
98s.
2098s.
Yep.
Until next week, I'm John,
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
and you are listening to Super 80s Podcast Friend, where the towels are hers and hers and his.